Previously on Pocket Survival.
I'm gonna need everybody to drop their buffs!
For the first time in Pocket Survival history, the tribes were subject to a swap. For original Korona, this split up Aqua's main power alliance, leaving her and Zera on the outs.
Leaving just the two of them alone, surrounded by rivals from all sides.
For original Minami, this would prove to strengthen bonds that had already formed.
Alicia and Rue get together to talk about the new tribe, mainly about Copper, Gigi, and Mama, the newest arrivals through the swap.
On Swap Minami, Mama and Alicia would come together to form an alliance that goes beyond original tribe lines. How long that would last is anyone's guess.
But Mama, something about her just doesn't sit right with me.
Meanwhile, on Swap Korona, Naira found herself in the middle of a power struggle between two alliances.
Naira admits that the others want to vote her off and are demanding she votes with them.
In the first tribal of the swap, she would side with Minami, sending Brad out of the game.
Brad, the tribe has spoken.
She wouldn't remain in a strong position for long, as both alliances came to an agreement, one which saw the new Mel shipped out of the game.
Naira, the tribe has spoken.
12 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
We are going in to episode 9. This is what remains of the new Korona tribe. We have 5 members left. 3 original Minami, 2 original Korona. Keeping in mind, this tribe started with the original Minami members being outnumbered. This is what remains of the new Minami tribe, who have not gone to tribal council at all. Night 21. The Water-type Alliance meets up, with Zera assuring Aquamarine that she sided with the right Mons. Now that Naira is gone, they can absolutely excel in this game. There should be no challenge issues, which means no tribal councils, which means no betrayals. If it does come down to it, they know they have Aquamarine on their side. So, we sided with Aqua and Zera last night and sent Naira home. Naira's a good Mon, and she didn't deserve the mistreatment she was getting. But in the end, a better deal came our way. Not to mention, getting out Aqua or Zera would have been bad for our challenge chances. We're already losing a lot, so taking any risks that involve continuing to lose isn't great. Hopefully, we can win the next immunity challenge and finally dodge a tribal council now that our weakest tribe mate is gone. The old Minami trio comes together with Aquamarine and Ocelot commending each other for making a good strategic choice and expanding their power in the game. Maria seems upset, citing that she liked Naira and didn't want to see her go. And was really sad to see that Naira ended up voting for her at Tribal Council. Aquamarine tries to comfort Maria, but she just ends up leaving to relax alone. I am not used to this. I'm usually super happy and chipper. Nothing usually goes wrong, but seeing a friend like Naira go, siding with the Mons that have been mistreating her over 20 days, that just doesn't feel right. It hurts knowing that she voted for me too, probably because I'm the one that warned her, so she wanted to shoot the messenger. I'm sorry, Naira. As we roll in to day 22. Everybody, drop your buffs once again. We have officially reached the merge portion of the game. The merge is here. Korona and Minami are officially merged in this game. The remaining 12 Pokemon will come together, becoming the Konami tribe. And the game will now move on into an individual game. Immunity challenge will now be for individual immunity instead of tribal immunity, and the game will go on until only 3 players remain. The tribe camp will be located at the former Minami tribe camp. We are officially into the merge. 1 episode earlier than Lugia's Reef. Also 2 tribal councils earlier than Lugia's Reef. This is the Konami tribe. This is your merge tribe through the rest of the season, donning the dark blue. What a large group. What a cast of characters we got here. The entire tribe celebrates having made the merge, all congratulating each other on the big achievement. Yeah! The merge is here! Oh, we did so good, OMG! The pre-merge was a trip, that's for sure. But now we're here, and things are only gonna get more interesting. I agree, GG. Not long after the merge celebration, Alicia and Rue come together. Alicia tells Rue that the game's only going to get harder from here, so they're going to have to really step up. They make a toast to each other with their canteens and pledge to reach the end together. Rue even opens up to Alicia some about her childhood and how she was raised, and Alicia praises Rue for being so strong inside and out. I grew up in a not very good household. My mother was absent-minded and never seemed to care about her children. And my father, well, he only cared about getting a son. When I was the first child out, he was ashamed. In our culture, my name actually means regret. He despised me. My younger brother eventually came, and he's the golden child. I've spent my entire life trying to meet expectations that didn't exist. I just wanted my father to be proud of me. But being out here, I've come to realize that that isn't going to happen. I need to stop caring about that. As long as I'm proud of myself, that's what matters. And for all the shit I've done to get here, you bet your ass I'm proud of myself. Let's go, character growth! Ocelot pulls Flan and Poppy in to talk about what happened during the tribe swap, and he's told all the details, especially about the alliance Alicia, Mama, Rue, and Gigi made that Poppy had seen form. He's a bit surprised to hear about this, but hides the shock well, and fills the duo in on any information he has as well. Flicking his yo-yos around impulsively, he's so pog. So, Alicia, Rue, Mama, and Gigi became a thing, huh? Mama and Gigi make sense. Aqua's little underlings. Alicia and Rue seem strong, so if I had to guess, Mama and Gigi were just looking for their new Aqua and Zera. Question is how this impacts things now. Will they become a bigger alliance and take the majority? Or will Mama and Gigi have to choose between one of them? Things are starting to heat up around here. The hunt grows more thrilling. Aqua, Zera, Copper, Gigi, and Mama come back together. Aqua asking if this alliance from pre-swap is still solid and ready to go to the endgame together. Mama insists it is, and the others follow an agreement, exciting the group. Mama and Gigi even open up that they have an in with Alicia and Rue, but it's shut down by Aqua since they're strong players that need to be taken out early. Just as I suspected. My power from before the tribe swap is just as strong as ever. Oh, those fools are going to regret not getting me out when they had the chance, because now it's time for me to go all the way to the end. Day 23. Ocelot pulls Alicia aside and confronts her directly about the 4-mon alliance between herself, Rue, Mama, and Gigi. Alicia doesn't deny it, though is confused how he found out about it. She explains they agreed to work together if they went to tribal during the tribe swap, which didn't end up happening. When Ocelot asks if Alicia still plans on working with them, she admits she isn't sure, but there's a decent chance she will. Ocelot was giving me the 3rd degree about the alliance I made with Rue, Mama, and Gigi. I'm not sure why he found out or why he thinks it's his business, but he knows. And he's probably going to try and use that information to his advantage. That boy is always looking like he's plotting something, I swear. Since they hadn't been able to do anything because of the swap, Flan and Maria get together so Flan can show off more clown tricks that he's been practicing! Yes! They have a great time as usual! It's really nice to finally be back around Flan again. I'm happy to be around all my friends here, of course, but if there's anyone I'm most happy about being around again, it's Flan. He's one of the only mons around that takes time to hang out and chat with me, and his tricks are great! The Water-type Alliance comes together to discuss their positions, and Aqua reveals information about the Alicia, Rue, Mama, and Gigi Alliance. Oh my god, is that the whole strategy for this merge right now? Is this a fucking alliance? Though was strategically leaving out information. In her words, Alicia and Rue have been trying to play strong and form bigger alliances with others, and Mama and Gigi were left out of the story entirely. Aquamarine seems to get the idea something is fishy, but agrees one of them needs to go. Something tells me I'm not getting the full picture from Aqua. Not that I'd expect her to give me the full anything, I guess. But not that it matters. She wants to take out Alicia or Rue, both of whom are strong targets. I was planning on aligning with them for a vote or two at the start of the merge anyway, to really solidify that trust, so getting out a major threat on top of that is just the icing on the cake. As we are jumping into day 24 with the first individual immunity challenge of the season. For the first individual immunity challenge of the season, everyone must balance on a tight perch while holding a slippery ball between two handles. If they step off the perch or drop their ball, they are eliminated. Last Pokemon standing wins individual immunity and cannot be voted out at tonight's Tribal Council. Very simple challenge. It's all about endurance. Very simple game. The challenge is underway. Zara, Poppy, and Gigi are the first to drop, followed by Alicia, Maria, and Ocelot. Rue and Flan are next, which leaves... Oh, nope, Aqua and Mama also dropped. Which means that there are only 2 Pokemon left. It is between Aquamarine and Copper. Only one can win immunity. Only one can win the first individual immunity of the season. Who's it gonna be? The winner of the first individual immunity challenge. Congratulations, Copper! Copper cannot be voted out tonight. Guaranteed a spot in the final 11. Cannot be the first player voted out of the merge. And, as I'd like to point out, this vote, tonight's vote, is the last pre-jury vote. Which means Copper has guaranteed himself a spot on the jury, but whoever goes out tonight will not get to state their, will not get a vote at the end of the game. Alicia and Rue are discussing strategy for tonight, with Rue taking the lead, when Flan slips in and tells the duo that their little alliance with Mama and Gigi is pretty much public knowledge. Rue's surprised to hear this, asking how everyone found out, and Flan explains how he found out from Poppy telling them after overhearing the alliance being made in the first place. Poppy also overheard an alliance with all the old Korona tribe members talking about voting one of them out tonight. I knew making that alliance wasn't going to be a good idea. I should have worked harder to convince Alicia to back off it at the time. Now we're in trouble tonight because of it. We've got a lot of damage control on our hands now. Fantastic. That doesn't sound very good. Aqua, Mama, Gigi, Zara, and Copper meet up. The old Korona Alliance meet up to discuss the plan, all agreeing that the best course of action is to take Rue out. Alicia may be strong in the challenges, but there are a lot of mons like that around here. She's also clueless in strategy without Rue around. Taking out Rue would be chopping Alicia's head off, and she'd just be left scrambling until they got the chance to take her out too. Tonight's already looking to be a painless endeavor. My original alliance has agreed on Rue. Now it's about talking with Aquamarine so she can go parrot our plans to her little buddies for them to jump onto. Who knew the merge would be so easy? You never say stuff like that, Aqua. That's just talking too early. Alicia and Rue approach Ocelot, asking him to join them in voting out Mama tonight. Ocelot wants a reason, and Alicia comes clean that they had aligned with her during the swap, but found out she had ulterior motives and plans to send one of them out tonight. Ocelot asks why that's his problem, and Alicia and Rue keep trying to convince him, as they seem to be really scrambling. We get his yo-yos, of course. We love his yo-yos. It's a pity about Alicia and Rue, it truly is. The hit seems to be on one of them. Will I come to their aid? That all depends if it's beneficial to my game. For now, I have my in with them, and Aquamarine has her in with the other side. We'll see what we make of their plans. I'd personally prefer to go for a big target, organize a big elimination to put on my resume. If we help Alicia and Rue, it won't be Mom I'll even, that's for sure. The Water-type Alliance meets up to discuss what they should do tonight. There's so much strategizing happening tonight. With Aqua and Zera wasting no time in suggesting Rue leaves. Aquamarine doesn't seem too sure, still not entirely cool with voting out Mons from her old tribe, but Aqua and Zera keep applying the pressure and trying to get her to side with them. They seem really focused on taking Rue out tonight. As much as I want to keep members of my old tribe from being voted out, is Rue really the hill to die on? I mean, sure, she's a near-Olympic athlete. They seem to think she's smart, but I mean, she was blinded by that foul-ass Scolipede that saw himself as royalty. Is she really that much of a strategic threat? Are we talking about the same Pokemon here? I guess with that in mind, it's not a big deal to let her go loose. Aquamarine, Maria, Ocelot, and Poppy meet up together, with Ocelot filling the others in on what Alicia and Rue want to do. Take out Mama and Aquamarine, bringing up what the other water types want. Whoa. Take out Mama, and Aquamarine brings up what the other water types want to take out Rue. They talk about options they have, like just siding with one of them, or trying to convince one side to vote for someone they want out instead. It's a very involved discussion. You know, not a lot of these mods are taking into account that this whole fiasco was my doing in the first place. I found out about the original alliance that caused this mess, and I found out about the betrayal plans. I'm not getting enough credit for my sneaks. But whatever. The plan is Mama or Rue. Or Aqua. Or Alicia. That Ocelot really wants a big name out, saying something about organizing a big players elimination is the closest thing to the thrill of the hunt he can get out here. Like, dude, aren't you a magician? What's this whole thrill of the hunt shit now? We have 12 players here for the first Merge Tribal Council. One of them is going out tonight as Tribal Council gets underway for the Konami Tribe. Konami Tribe, welcome to the first Tribal Council of the Merge. OMG, I'm so happy to be here. The Merge is like such a huge accomplishment after all. We've had our time to celebrate, you know. Tonight is all about establishing ourselves for the rest of the game. Don't forget that. You could at least play along into the excitement a little bit. How serious you sound, I'd reckon you're the real clown here. Earlier today, we saw Copper win the first individual immunity challenge of the Merge. So, congratulations, Copper. You are safe tonight. Golly, it sure was wild watching him hold on like that. He was still as a stone the whole way through that challenge, I swear. I'm made of stone. Yes, it was a hard-fought win. Congratulations. Even if I wish it was me who'd won, I'm not feeling very safe tonight. Tonight is far more uncertain here in the Koraidon Badlands than it was back at Lugia's Reef, and I'm sure the swap had a huge role to play in that. Oh, without a doubt. The swap created an additional layer of alliances and relationships going into the Merge. It isn't as simple as Korona versus Minami anymore. I'm gonna miss that tribal warfare we had leading up to this point, but it's an individual game now, and that's where I kick ass. I don't gotta think about keeping the tribe strong anymore. Yeah, you would say that. I'm gonna miss the swap, though. I mean, showing off my uses and not having to go to Tribal Council? Take me back there, please. Let's bring the focus back to the night, though, as it's an important vote. Tonight is the last Tribal Council before the jury starts forming, after all. So tonight's elimination needs to be a wise one. Swinging his eyes, yeah. So tonight is our last chance to vote someone out that we think would not be beneficial to have voting at the end. This does change things. Ooh, that's fun! So despite making the Merge, we still aren't guaranteed to have a fair say at the end. I wasn't sure considering the jury started before the Merge last season. I was kinda hoping that wouldn't be the case. One less friend we get to see every time we come here. I guess I'll have to wait to see them again until after the season's over. Well, let's find out which one of these friends that might be. It is time to vote. Poppy, you're up first. Trying to align with you was a mistake. You've caused a whole big mess tonight. Let's hope you're easy to clean up. Maybe in the future, it'd be best you don't trust this country darling so easy now. See ya never, hon. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Pokemon voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Mama. That's 1 vote, Mama. Mama. That's 2 votes, Mama. Rue. That's 2 votes, Mama. 1 vote, Rue. Rue. That's 2 votes, Mama. 2 votes, Rue. Rue. That's 3 votes, Rue. 2 votes, Mama. Rue. That's 4 votes, Rue. 2 votes, Mama. Mama. That's 4 votes, Rue. 3 votes, Mama. Rue. That's 5 votes, Rue. 3 votes, Mama. Rue. That's 6 votes, Rue. 3 votes, Mama. Ninth Pokemon voted out of Pocket Survival to Koraidon Badlands. Rue. That's 7 votes. That's enough. You're gonna have to bring me your torch. I guess that's it for me. May the best of you win in the end. And Alicia, you're an amazing mom. Keep up the good fight. Rue, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. I would have been devastated about this before, but I've learned a lot out here. The only approval I need to seek is my own after all. And I'm really happy I got to meet some of these moms. Alicia especially. Unfortunately, that is Rue out of this game. The first merge boot, the last pre-jury boot. That is unfortunately Rue gone, but she really seems to hype up Alicia at the end there as we move into episode 10. This is what remains of the Minami tribe now that Rue is gone. She actually like makes a pretty big dent being gone now as we move into night 24. Aquamarine, Ocelot, Poppy, and Maria come together after the vote and discuss if they made the right move, voting Rue out. They believe that for now they did, but they can't leave Aqua and her alliance as strong as they are after this. Someone on that side needs to be the target next Tribal Council. In the end, we decided to take out Rue. We weighed all the options and felt it was best to take her out right now. As much as Ocelot wants to consider taking out bigger threats, we are right in the middle right now. Aqua believes that I'm in her pocket. Alicia seemed to trust Ocelot enough to plead with him about the vote. Hopefully that's still the case now. They're the big targets in the game, but we are in the prime position to play them through to the end. It looks like we got this alliance of 4 looks like they're going to try to be riding the middle throughout the game. We'll see how that works out for them. Alicia is sitting alone by the river, contemplating the vote that took place only a few short hours prior. Seeing Alicia go... Seeing Rue go was hard. Hard enough that she said her name. Whatever. Seeing Rue go was hard. We got very close after the king situation, so knowing I can't see her again until after everything is settled here hurts. But I'm not out of this fight yet. If anything, I'm more into it than before. I'm gonna go all the way to the end to avenge Rue, and I'm gonna win. Not that that's any different from my original plan, but there's one thing I have to handle along the way. I have to take out the Mon that made the call to take out my Roo. I need to get Aqua voted out of this game. As we move into day 25, is there a reward challenge today? There's a reward challenge today. Why is Poppy there? What's he doing there? Why is he here? He's hiding. He's so stealthy, we didn't notice. Oh my god. Why is he here? The tribe will be divided into 2 teams of 5. One member of each team will be the defender, standing on a perch in the lake. One at a time, members of the other tribe leap off a platform into the water and attempt to throw a ball past the defender into the net. First team to get 4 balls in their opponent's net wins reward. The reward for today's challenge is a private bus tour through the beauties and landmarks of the Koraidon Badlands and a stop for lunch midway through the trip. Poppy is an important part of this reward challenge. A night with Poppy is the reward. Poppy is the ball. Oh god. And the reward. Team 1 is Aqua, Copper, Flan, Gigi, and Zera. Team 2 is Alicia, Maria, Mama, Ocelot, and Poppy. In the drawing for teams, Aquamarine drew the odd rock out and does not get to participate. Instead, she can choose which team she thinks will win, and if she chooses correctly, she will join them on the reward. Aquamarine predicts Team 2 will win the reward. Team 1 wins reward. They win a bus tour of the Koraidon Badlands and lunch. Aquamarine guessed incorrectly, therefore Aquamarine will not be joining them for reward. Unfortunate. Aqua, Gigi, Copper, Zera, and Flan have a great time on their bus tour reward, guiding them through the beautiful sights of what the Koraidon Badlands has to offer. They eventually get to stop for lunch, a simple meal of sandwiches and fruity alcohol. I've noticed this is almost the entire Korona Tribe Alliance, except instead of Mama, it's the clown. That's kind of funny, actually. Oh, that reward was so fantastic. I swear the only thing that can make it better is if Wonder Whooper came out and sung for us. Underrated group PT Dubs needs more fans for real. Aqua and Zera talk about the power position they're in, but Zera mentions that there is a weakness in this power. Aquamarine. She's certainly working with Ocelot and Maria, some of the others in the middle, so if she ever decided to flip on them, she has the numbers and could. It would be better for them to have direct control over those votes. And Zera has an idea about how they can get that. Oh no, Zera's planning. Zera with that big brain is thinking. And anytime Zera thinks, it doesn't go well for anyone not on Zera's side. Zera has another idea. He's had such a good track record with ideas in the past too, so I have no doubts that this is going to lead to great places as usual. I'm putting my trust in Zera once again, so we can lock this game down. Aquamarine notices Alicia still sitting down by the river, like she's been doing most of the time since Rue got voted out. When she approaches to talk to her, Alicia wastes little time in monologuing about wanting to take out the Mon who organized the Rue vote, believing it to be Aqua. Rue was an amazing Mon, even growing to like her beyond friendship, and she wants revenge. Aquamarine is intrigued hearing all this and offers to help, which Alicia takes her up on. So, Alicia, huh? Who knew she swung that way? I wasn't expecting her to go full-on revenge store era, but I love to see it. And now it doesn't matter if she still trusts Ocelot or not. She seems to trust me after all, and I will take that trust as far as I can. I may not need Ocelot that much longer now. Oh god. Zera pulls Ocelot aside, admitting that he's been watching the Florigato a lot and has liked what he's seen, and wants to suggest they make an alliance and work together more closely. Ocelot is clearly intrigued, asking who Zera had in mind for this alliance. Zera suggests Aqua and Maria, and Ocelot nods in agreement, but asks him to find the other two Mons so they can have but asks him to find 2 other Mons so they can have a majority. Swing his yo-yos. Now, isn't this intriguing? It seems Aquamarine's in with the other side is becoming my in instead. We'll see how things shake up, but if this works to my advantage, Aquamarine may not be as necessary of an ally for the future. We're at day 26. Alicia brings Aquamarine to Flan, her only ally left at this point, and the 3 talk game. Knowing that Alicia and Flan are on the bottom, Aquamarine comes up with a devious plan, telling the other two all about it. Both are shocked at the level of thought that's been put into it, but eagerly agree. Oh my god, Aquamarine going for the big brain now. Oh gosh, this is gonna be great. I gotta come up with a bunch of jokes to use. Anything to really rub it in their faces. Yup. This'll be so much fun. Yup. Oh god. Ocelot and Maria meet up with Aqua and Zera, finding Copper and Mama in their agreed meetup spot as well. Zera introduces this as the new Power Alliance of Konami, the true Final Six. Ocelot seems to really dig the new alliance, and Maria seems excited as well, though was a little weary working with Aqua. This alliance is fun and great and all, but weren't we just talking about weakening Aqua on her side a few nights ago? This alliance is mostly mons she works with, so what's the big deal? This is just a little weird. But, guess I have another alliance to make alliance bracelets for after this season's over! Hey, you know, Mary is looking on the bright side of things. She gets to make more friendship bracelets. Aquamarine approaches Poppy and asks if she can trust him for the next tribal council, for a very specific plan she has in mind, needing a lot of manipulation and his vote on her side. Poppy seems intrigued and agrees, but when Aquamarine goes to ask Ocelot too, he stops her and informs her that Ocelot just formed an alliance with Aquanet. This weirdly excited Aquamarine, insisting this news made the plan even easier to pull off. I have never quite seen Aquamarine like this. She usually handles herself very dignified, ladylike, doesn't show much emotion herself. But that excitement on her face when she heard about Ocelot, that was a different beast. That is not the Aquamarine I've been working with. Day! Day 27! Nothing happened. Immunity! The second immunity challenge of the merge. The final 11 immunity challenge. The Pokemon must hold themselves up on a thin rope for as long as they can, suspended in the air over a mud bath. When a Mon lets go, they fall into the mud bath and are eliminated. Last player left holding onto their rope wins. Individual immunity. Cannot be voted out at tonight's Tribal Council. So they're just holding on to ropes over mud. Don't want to get dirty after all. The challenge is underway. Gigi, Copper, and Aqua drop. Alicia and Poppy drop. Aquamarine and Ocelot drop. Flan and Maria drop, leaving 2 Pokemon left. This challenge comes down to Zera and Mama vying for this individual immunity spot. And the winner of the second individual immunity challenge is... Zera wins individual immunity. Cannot be voted out tonight. Guaranteed a spot in the final 10. Congratulations, Zera. Safe tonight. Not going to be voted out. Aquamarine, Ocelot, Poppy, and Maria discuss tonight's plans. Ocelot suggests taking out Alicia, but Poppy disagrees, pointing out that there is a bigger threat, as he saw Flan putting a hidden immunity idol in his bag. This catches Ocelot off guard, but he asks if they can take some time so he can think before discussing further, and they agree to meet back up a little bit later. Oh my god, Flan has an idol? According to Poppy, Flan has an idol. Of course, he's swinging his yo-yos. This throws a wrench in things. Tonight was the night one of my big hunts would culminate, getting Alicia out as my own plan. But Flan having an idol complicates things. It could be terrible if he holds on to it down the line, so something may have to be done. I'll have to discuss this with the new alliance regarding all of this. When Aqua, Copper, Maria, Mama, Ocelot, and Zera meet up again, Aqua asks Ocelot if he's still down for Alicia, but Ocelot reveals the news from Poppy that Flan has an idol, and if they don't get it off of him quickly, it may be a problem down the road. Mama suggests voting for Flan, but Zera remarks that's a bad idea. since if he plays it tonight, then all the votes get cancelled, and votes not for him are the only ones that matter. It was a real tough issue to deal with, but I had a perfect idea and shared it with everyone. We're gonna have War Otter, Button Pusher, Grumpy Cat, Tiny Guy, and myself vote for Clown, while Mrs. Lady, K-Thon, Friend, and Mother vote for Pride Fighter. 5 votes on Clown, so if he doesn't use his idol, he's out, and if he does, 4 votes on Pride Fighter, so she's out for sure. All that leaves is 2 unaccounted votes that won't matter. It's a win-win for us, and all it's gonna take is a simple split vote. That is a lot of introduction. That is a lot of first-time nicknames being thrown out there. But I think they're pretty obvious enough. When the 4-Mon Alliance comes together again, Ocelot tells everyone who they have to vote for, explaining that tonight will be a split vote to play it safe. Everyone seems to agree with the plan given to them. Everything is working flawlessly and according to plan. Hell, with how easy it was to fool Ocelot, you'd think he was in on the plan the whole time. Now it's just about making our votes count the way we need them to. Then it's a lock. Oh, okay. Gigi pulls Mama aside to ask what's happening with tonight, as usually their alliance would have met up by now, but no one has spoken with him, making him worry he's the target tonight. Mama just tries to reassure him that's not happening, just that it's been an eventful day. She tells him to vote for Alicia, but doesn't go into any other details about the plan outside of that. Oh, she ain't cluing him in all that much. That's not good. So just vote for Alicia. I'm totes skeptical, of course, but like, that's all I got to work with. I kinda have to just go with it, so tonight's gonna be pretty scary for me. Aquamarine pulls Alicia, Flan, and Poppy together, letting them know that everything is going according to plan for the moment. All they need is to get one of the others to vote alongside them, and they're set. Flan thinks he might be able to convince Maria, and Aquamarine insists that he tries. I totally thought that was it. Aquamarine has really stepped up in my moment of need here. With this group by my side, I know we can take down any opposition we face. Tonight, that starts by hitting Aqua where it hurts most. Oh, fuck. What does that mean? Not long before Tribal starts, Flan and Maria are relaxing by the river, with Flan showing off a few new clown tricks he's been working on, making Maria happy. As they settle down, Flan asks if they can talk game, and Maria agrees. Flan asks if Maria would be willing to vote alongside him and Alicia tonight to take out one of Aqua's allies. This seems to get Maria thinking, but she doesn't give a direct answer. Oh gosh, I never thought I'd be put in such a tight position. When I got in with Aquamarine and Ocelot, I always thought I could just ride with them to the end, but after what Flan told me, what he filled me in on, I'm the one in the middle tonight. I'm the one that needs to make a big decision. I don't like being put in this position, but I have to make a choice. That much is true. Who do I vote out tonight? Final 11 Tribal Council. First things first, congratulations Zera on winning individual immunity. You are safe tonight at Tribal Council. Yeah, good job, hun. It was fun being the last 2, but the better Mon won out. Thanks, Mother. That means a lot. But truth be told, I already felt pretty safe tonight, so I don't know how much I really needed this. You already felt safe tonight? Not often you hear that going into a tribal council, especially in the merge. Well, Zera has some of the greatest allies you can have in this game, so I see his point. I'm pretty sure I'm feeling pretty safe myself after all. Yeah, you're the one organizing all the moves against our side of the tribe. Keep talking about how safe you feel while Alicia and I are left worrying about which one of us is going out tonight. That wasn't very clown-like, Flan. This is what happens when we're on the outs, Flan, but it won't be for much longer. We're gonna show Aqua what it's like being on the outs for once. Is there anyone else on the tribe that feels like they may be on the outs going into the vote tonight? Well, everyone starts ignoring me when I talk about my buttons. We're talking about in the game, Copper, not your dumb buttons. But truth be told, I did feel a little left out in the planning earlier today. I only really got to talk with like one other Mon all day. Aw, I'm sorry you guys are feeling left out. I'll try to talk with you two more back at camp. You guys are my friends after all. It seems there may be more outliers than there were last tribal, which means it might be a more complicated tribal than the last one. Why, every tribal has the potential to be complicated, do they not? There isn't much difference between this tribal and the previous. Swinging his yo-yos, yep. Well, actually, tonight is very complicated, you're right. There are more moving parts than originally believed, so it'll be an interesting vote indeed. Oh, with what we've been cooking up, tonight's gonna be very fun indeed. Then, let's get right into the fun. It is time to vote. Aqua, you're up first. Tonight is the night I establish my own path in this game, away from Aquamarine. Tonight is my night. A lot still has to go my way for tonight to work out, but for now, it starts by casting this vote. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it now, would be the time to do so. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Pokemon voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Flan. That's one vote, Flan. Alicia. That's one vote, Flan. One vote, Alicia. Copper. That's one vote, Flan. One vote, Alicia. One vote, Copper. Flan. That's two votes, Flan. One vote, Alicia. One vote, Copper. Alicia. That's two votes, Flan. Two votes, Alicia. One vote, Copper. Copper. That's two votes, Flan. Two votes, Alicia. Two votes, Copper. Flan. That's three votes, Flan. Two votes, Alicia. Two votes, Copper. Flan. That's four votes, Flan. Two votes, Alicia. Two votes, Copper. Copper. That's four votes, Flan. Three votes, Copper. Two votes, Alicia. Copper. That's four votes, Flan. Four votes, Copper. Two votes, Alicia. One vote left. Alicia. We are tied. Four votes, Copper. Four votes, Flan. There will be a revote. The Pokemon in the tie will not revote. You have a few minutes to discuss before voting again. The hell was that? A tie? This doesn't make any sense. This is making perfect sense, Aqua. You organized Rue's elimination, so I'm hitting you right back where it hurts. We were supposed to have another vote, though. Who didn't vote with us? I'm sorry, Flan. I didn't know if it was the right move for me. Maria? You voted with them? Yeah, that's right, Maria. And now you'll vote with us again to get that Gooblob and his idol out of this game for good. Mama, why didn't you tell me about all this stuff? You didn't say anything about a split vote. Listen, hun. I just told you what you needed to know. I'd be happy to talk about this back at camp, but for now, let's just get the clown out of here. Got it? No, I want to talk about this right now. Why didn't you guys tell me the whole plan? Why did nobody talk to me except for you? This is not a talk for travel, hun. This is a talk for private. We're friends, Maria, right? You don't want to vote for me, do ya? She will vote for you and she'll like it. Maria, you know how strong I am in this game. You vote out Flan, or you get voted out next tribal. Come on, Maria. Do you really want to work with this bully? Vote with us. I don't know. Alright. That's enough discussion time. It is time to vote once again. Gigi, you're up first. Gigi, y'all better trust me now and vote out this clown along with me. It'll be scorched earth if you don't, you get? you've got to go. It can't be Flan tonight. It's got to be you. And Maria, you know who the right mons to side with are. Don't be a fool now. Alright. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Pokemon voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Flan. That's 1 vote Flan. Copper. That's 1 vote Flan, 1 vote Copper. Copper. That's 2 votes Copper, 1 vote Flan. Copper. That's 3 votes Copper, 1 vote Flan. Flan. That's 3 votes Copper, 2 votes Flan. Flan. That's 3 votes Copper, 3 votes Flan. Flan. That's 4 votes Flan, 3 votes Copper. Copper. That's 4 votes Flan, 4 votes Copper, 1 vote left. 10th Pokemon voted out, and the first member of our jury. Copper. You're gonna have to bring me your torch. It was fun. I'll be off relaxing with my buttons now. Copper, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Well, this was fun and all, but it's about time I get back to my true passion in life. Pushing buttons. Wait, I gotta stay as a juror? 2 flips needed to happen for Copper to go. Maria needed to vote out Copper, and Gigi needed to flip to vote out Copper. And Gigi also flipped. Everything that needed to happen for this vote to worked out. Crazy fucking vote. Maria refused to vote for Flan. She stuck with it. Gigi did not like that he was left on the outs. Copper lost his immunity button. It is true. Copper winner edit is over.